Hey, how you guys doing, man? Smoothly here. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I know I'm having a good day. It's another rainy day out here in Las Vegas, but you know something? We're not complaining. We live in the desert. We'll take as much rain as we can get out here. At least we're not having the California issue dealing with the flooding and everything out there. But I want to thank you guys, man, for always coming back watching my videos. I really appreciate you guys very much. Hey, well, let me say this here, man. I'm gonna tell you guys this story here on this video here, but let me let you guys know. If you're all looking for proper breakdown, well said information, go to Mike's Filipino Journey, man, or go to our Filipino Journey with the other Mike. They give you proper breakdown in there, proper pronunciation, and the things that they're saying, man. I just speak in my street talk, and that's what it's really gonna be, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, I want to get to the story here. You know, I got an email from this. I call him. He's a younger brother, of course. You know, he's younger than me. You know, he's a 43-year-old brother, you know, living out in California. You know, he's been watching my videos, saying my videos are entertainment. I like to have fun, man. I just like to just put out a video and have some fun, you know what I mean? But no, seriously. You know, he said he met this girl out there in the Philippines. And, you know, he's been traveling back and forth to the Philippines for a couple of years, you know, trying to get to really know the girl really well. They recently got engaged, you know, congratulations to him. But he sounded like a very smart brother with his, you know, the right head on his shoulder. You know, he said sometimes, you know, when he's out there visiting with her, what he would do, you know, he would leave her with her friends or her family. And sometimes he would go to places where she said she used to work or the school she used to go to, or sometimes goes back to her village without her even knowing that. And he said the reason why he's doing that, and he did that, is that he wanted to make sure that everything that this girl said to him is correct. He said he learned quick how Filipinos like to what they call it chismas. So the reason why he went to these places is that people are going to remember him because not a lot of black guy in the neighborhood where that young girl is from. He's the only brother. You know, he said visiting that neighborhood when he's around. And of course, you know, he hear people say things to him about his fiance, and it's all positive. So, you know, he really felt really good about that. But the thing that he's concerned about is that he asked me, what is it really like to be married to a Filipino woman here in the United States who's independently financially? Because, you know, he knows my wife is a nurse and everything. Of course, you know, he watched my videos. But let me go back and tell you the reason why he asked me that question there. The reason why he asked me that question, you know, he said in the email that his fiance graduated nursing school out there in the Philippines, and she, you know, she's working out there right now. She passed the NCLEX test. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. He wanted to know the process as far as what she needs to do in order to get going to take the examination. I said, well, she already got the one thing down. She passed that test out in the Philippines that I just mentioned. She just needs to come on here. Some states require for some of these Filipino nurses to take an English examination. It is very important. You know, I don't know how California is. I know about Nevada because, you know, I went through the process with my wife doing the same thing here. And, you know, some people might just need refresher course. I gave him some name of some schools, you know, a couple of places where my wife took her refresher course, you know, to take her exams. Of course, her exams, she didn't pass it the first time, the second time, the third time was a charm. Hey, it ain't how you really start up, man. It's how you finish, you know. But I passed that information on to him. But as far as what it's really like being married here to an independent Filipino woman, I say, hey, man, it's really no different, you know. My wife is still the same woman from, you know, when I first met her. You know, she might change in certain ways now because of, you know, what she's doing and how independent she is out there working. Because, you know, my wife likes to work. You know, she works in the hospital 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. And sometime during the days, I made videos about this already, man. So go on back and watch my old videos, man, so you guys can hear this story here. But, you know, she does home care. and also, she does, hospice care. So she works a lot. She likes making the money, which, and there's not nothing wrong with that. And I said to him, I said, no, really no issue. I don't have an issue with her going out there doing what she's doing. She's still the same lady. She's still a great mom. She's still a great wife to me. Sometimes, hey, like I said before, man, I love to cook. I'm a Caribbean guy, man. I like to get in the kitchen and chop up on my West Indian food because really there's hardly any places here in Las Vegas, maybe just one or two that sells the kind of food that I like. But there's certain things that I like from the Caribbean that they don't make. So, I like to make it here. When I'm out there working, vice versa, we switch back and forth. So, I just tell you, it depends on what you guys going to be looking for in a relationship. But the only other advice that I had for that young man was to let him know that, hey, listen, man, when your wife get here and she gets set up, she passed a examination to be a registered nurse here in America and she start working. You got to make sure that you teach her how to be financially responsible. You want her to be financially responsible. Just don't blow her money because sometimes, and a lot of you men can speak from this who brought their ladies here. Sometimes when these ladies come here and they get a job here, they might be making maybe $12, $15 an hour, or sometimes even more, depending on the level of their skills or education. They're getting all that money that they never had before when they was out in the Philippines. And sometimes they tend to buy a lot of things and want to send it home to family members or send as much money home to family members. So, I told him, you got to teach her how to make sure that she's looking out for herself financially. She's going to be taking some of her money and put it to the side, prepare for the future. Don't do like this old ass man who screw up a lot of times on my finances, where, a couple of times. But, he took the advice. He responded back to me. He said, he really appreciated it. We said a few more things back and forth, in the email, and, thanked me for everything. But the only other thing else I had to say to him was, hey, man, just keep doing what you guys doing, work on each other, make the relationship stronger because, it's a little different from her being there to her coming here. She's coming into a different world. So you got to be the stronger man for her and teach her the ins and out of what it's like to be here in America. And just know all Filipinos are not the same. There's some Filipinos who are coming from the Philippines, coming here to America, who still hold on to a lot of that traditional value. You have a lot of Filipinos here who've been here for a while, or either came when they were young or born here. They don't hold on to those same values. So you got to want to make sure, the kind of friends that you pick and choose to be with. And that was just really my advice, man. I really didn't have much else to say. I just, sharing my experience with him, telling him it's really no different marrying to a Filipino woman here in America that's independent. I mean, I know a lot of you guys have different situation that you guys are dealing with who are married to a Filipino here. And if you guys want to go on and leave something down in the comment section for that young brother, go on and do it because, like I say, he watches my videos and, maybe you guys can give him some tips that I didn't give him, But like I say, hey, man, I'm not Mike's Filipino journey, and I'm not our Filipino journey, man. You want proper pronunciation and proper explaining? Hey, go watch those dudes' channel, man. I like him, man. But you guys always know what it is with me, man. It is always peace and love, man. Just thought I'd share that video there, with back and forth with me and that young brother there. Peace on out, man.